You know, when they tell you, when are you dating, when are you marrying, when are you doing this, nobody is cautioning the young women of nowadays that the kind of guys that you will meet in the dating market is not the same. It's not the same as a generation ago. It's not the same at all. These people are insane. Like, these people are mad. Okay, today on the hot seat we have a tech co-founder of Stack, what they call him, Ezra Olubi, who also adds God to his name, and he paints his nails, and he's this eccentric guy. We remember him from when Muhammad Buhari gave him an award. You know, I think he won one of the national awards recently, and he came in dressed up like a woman. You know, he was dressed up like an effeminate, you know, like a gay. He was dressed up weird, right? For the Nigerian society, like, we are a very conforming society. Like, there's some things like going off of the, you know, the main. It's very, very like curious to a lot of people, you know. And this Ezra of a guy, he actually wants to be admired, loved, you know, and looked up to. I saw some of his interviews where he says he wants to be different, that he wants to show people that different is good. So for that reason, because he's a public figure and he wants, you know, to be emulated, can we like look deeply at this human being? Like, I've seen things today that made me scratch my head. Like I'm fucking weirded out. And guess what? It's not surprising. It's pornography. It's the society that we live in. It's the men in the dating, sorry guys. It's the men that are in the dating market right now. They are simply terrifying, you know, like the godlessness. You know, we live in a society that there's so much like talk about God, but there's so much godlessness, you know, in the modern guys that we meet in the dating, you know, like how, like, to me, this is the biggest like turning, you know, turn off in a guy, like a guy that is there's a sexual deviant, a guy that is a reprobate, a guy that is that's always looking for this novelty with sex, you know, and they treat sex as this marathon, like it's not like a human connection thing, like it's something like they cannot get enough, you know. They are fed by pornography. Pornography is their god. That's what they like. You as a woman, doesn't matter how beautiful, how sexually wild you are, you will never ever be enough for guys like Israel. Like, to be honest, I just saw things that made me scratch my head, from pedophilia to bestiality to gay sex. He is a bisexual down low man, and he's also a reprobate. He's also spreading HIV. Obviously he has it, you know. It's in his own tweets, like he's not even hiding it, you know. So his girlfriend, you know, his ex-girlfriend exposed him, and people went to his Twitter account, to his old account, and the tweets that this guy was writing about how can he get an XTD if his pee is split into two, like, because the only thing he has had sex with in a few months is his cat, you know, and he's obsessed with his cat and stuff. And he's just telling the whole world that he's having sex with his cat. You know, he tells people how he records his female friends, his colleagues, how he touches them inappropriately. Like, the texts are like jarring to me. Like, it's extremely weird person, you know. And sometimes we see things and we'll be like, oh, this person is different, maybe they're cool. No, different doesn't always mean you're cool, man. Different means sometimes that you are a deviant. You are a deviant from the societal norms. You know, like, I've seen text messages today that weird me out. And guess what? I'm not one bit surprised by it, because guess what? People tell you to date. Like, every time I try to talk to guys right now, especially online, you know, like, they're so sexually depraved that it's terrifying. Like, the sexual depraved, they don't even care to know you. It's all about the gratification they will get, you know, from like jerking off. You know, like corn or pornography or whatever it is that is appropriate for TikTok. You know, it's eaten deep into the brain of these people. It's eaten so deep, like it's extremely difficult to find a guy that still just wants to connect with you as a human being, you know, as a human being, you know, not this novelty, you know, not this novelty. I was talking to one of my friends in the gym recently. Like, I was talking about how, like, when a man becomes sexually depraved, you know, when a man is so obsessed, like, with the next newest, you know, fresh thing, you know, because he's been watching corn, Like those men are the most terrible kind of guys to be, because it doesn't matter how depraved you get, you never ever going to satisfy them. You never ever going. Like I have broken up with a guy. Like let me share like a small experience, because that's one of my biggest turn off, like in guys in relationship. Someone who is only interested in sexual novelty, sexual, like he wants the next, thing that turns him on the most, because wow, he's addicted to corn, and like he needs more and more depravity to be able to get his rocks off. One time I was dating this guy, and we're just driving around, was like having a good time driving around, having fun. And then the next thing, we had a lot to drink that day, and then the next thing, he just started like playing tricks on like prostitutes on the road in the night. So he would stop and talk to them, and like pretend like we wanted to take one of them home and stuff. Like I was just playing along, like laughing about it, because it seemed a little funny and innocent. And then the next thing, he told me that if that there's so much cats on the streets. There's so much, but that's not what he's craving tonight. That he wants a man to give him a I was like, what? Like when I asked him about it the next day, he said that he was drunk. That he doesn't remember saying anything like that. But like a drunk man speaks truth, right? Like, and a drunk man always speaks clearly about their fantasies, and like it really shocked me, and it just made me realize, like, yeah, he is this sexually adventurous person, and that he's addicted to porn, and that he's irredeemable. And I just knew, like, I just stopped being attracted to him. That's the level, the kind of guys that we have. Like, if someone tells me today that they should ban pornography, should they ban? But I will vote. In fact, I will champion it, because pornography, especially for men's brain, is very dangerous. At the end of the day, it's not a personal thing, because guess what? People that are addicted to this, people that have this demonic, evil, succubus, sexual demon that comes from watching too much porn, too much corn. People that have these spirits, they don't live in space, they live in the world, and guess what? They're going to go out and act it out. Like the man in France that was selling his wife's body, to strange men, and then recording it, or to someone like this Israel, and he is putting it out there that he has sex with his cat. This guy is a billionaire, and he's talking about how he abuses his friends, how he records his female friends. He judges them by the sound of their pee, because he records them. How he films his co-workers, his colleagues, their ties and stuff. Like, why would he put it out there? Like, when someone is so like demonically, because that's the demonic evil spirit in that human being. Like the text that I saw, please go and check it out and tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you think about this, everything I'm talking about. This Ezra Olubi, go and check his text messages. It's out, and he had to delete his account. Go and check. Like, there's nothing you can tell me. That man is sexually, demonically possessed. And there are many guys on the streets, on the road today, who, because of pornography, have a sexual, reprobate, evil demon in them, and you cannot love them out of it. Like, you cannot save them. Just avoid them. When you see them, run. Please, if you're a young girl, if you meet this kind of people, trust me, they're going to break you. You're going to need therapy. You're going to need exorcism. You're going to need a priest, an exorcist from the Vatican, to cast out the demons that they will live in you. Please keep yourself pure, keep your spirit pure. The Bible says that it says that out of the it says, protect your heart, for there comes the issues of life. Protect yourself from this kind of people. Don't date them. In fact, just stay celibate. Avoid this. They're everywhere. Please. I hate sexually impure and immoral men, and I wish that many more women, will be able to differentiate between this type of men, and not choose them because they are dangerous, and we need to just leave them where they are, as the sexual predators they are. And it's very sad that our society doesn't hold people like this accountable, because they should have been able to charge this guy with something. This guy was talking about sleeping with a 12-year-old. Please, someone say something about this. Please check it out, check it out, check it out, and tell me if you've ever dealt with this kind of evil demonic spirit in a man before. It's all because of corn.